Okay, so we have a CBT on Tropical Sacrifice here. We're gonna be going for a hatchery block. And we're gonna be learning how to hatchery block and what the aim of the strategy is. You can transition into many different things. I haven't decided what will transition into this game. But the main part of the important part of the build that leaves you flexible into the later stages of the game is gonna be the hatch block itself. So we're gonna wait for this overlord to pop up. When the first overlord pops up, so that's a 13 overlord, we're gonna make 2 drones. And then as one of these drones is returning cargo, right after that, I will send them across the map and click on their expansion, just so that I don't have to worry about it anymore. Now at 17, we should have rallied this drone, but it doesn't make a huge difference. I'm gonna take our own hatchery, so natural expansion. And now at 16, oh no, actually at 17 again, we're gonna drop a hatchery on the other side. And then at 16, we'll drop a spawning pool. So we have a little bit of time that we can use to check up the ramp really quick. So we know that he's not proxying. And we'll just do the hatch block. From here on, we just wait. We're gonna float larva for a little bit. This is in favor of getting the pool a little bit earlier. You can also go for the pool at 17, and technically your larva and your economy will be a little bit better managed, but at the expense of potentially losing or having to do more micro and more cancel micro against the first Reaper if it crosses the map right away, which it should, because he just scouted us with an SCV all the way in. So if there is a Reaper very likely to cross the map right now, 16 pool is, I think, good enough to where we can get some links shortly after the Reaper arrives. Note we're not taking gases. This is a gasless strat. This drone could have just been micro a little bit better. There's the first Reaper. And the SCV. So the Reaper's definitely moving. So we're gonna prioritize links, then double queen, and then queen over here when available. We'll make an overlord in between. We can just park it at the third for now. I really need to study overlord locations on this map. So this phase is finished. Oh, I thought he blocked it there. So ideally we don't have to morph that drone. Now we're droning up. And when we have the queen about halfway done, we want to start making these links. Ideally we would have made 3, so I made one too many drones. Dangerous game he's playing there. This game, because we morphed a drone into an extractor, I decided to keep the extractor. This link's job is just to keep the queen safe. Now that the queen is safe, drop the creep tumor, we can head back. So there's again a greedier and a less greedy play here. And to be honest, I'd go for the greedier play if I had, you know, because I'm doing commentary and stuff, I feel like I have to play it simpler and less greedy. Oh, that's bad. Good, very good target firing on the people on the cracks there. Let's see if we can trap this Reaper and punish it at least. Well, that's just a little sad. Shouldn't have let that spore finish. First 100 gas, we're gonna make link speed. This overlord needs to go hide in a pillar. And he opened with tank, which is good news for us. Tanks this early on are not very good at being aggressive. We can probably take a 4th on the back of that. So we're gonna continue to prioritize queen production, drop a 4th. He's gonna scout us again. Looking for more damage with that Reaper. It really has no business doing more damage. And this time maybe we can trap him here. Surely he'll stop looking. So Raven and tank. So not a very offensive, offensively capable strategy from him. So we're gonna make more drones even. Very difficult to move out with a Raven and a tank. Next 100 gas, we're gonna get burrow. This is something that I've been experimenting with. Actually, we don't, because there's a Raven, right? Like normally I would get burrow, but instead we'll just drop double Evo chamber and get ready to go upgrades, which is usually what I do right after burrow. So again, changing a little bit based on his composition, which this time is Raven. Very unusual way to go about things. It's, you know, it's just a way to deal with the creep tumors without using scan energy. So it makes sense, but it's not the best because it leaves us so much freedom after. At least I think so. Okay, now we'll drop an extra hatchery. This drone's really... okay, be careful there. So, you know, to do that while there's nothing else going on is not usually ideal. Let's stop us from mining for a bit. Actually, let's go for creep tumors here. We will have a lot of larvae. We can start taking extra gases. Let's start the upgrades. And from here on, we're a little bit free-flowing. Oh, geez, again. Using that much energy to harass leaves him with very little aggressive potential. So, on the back of that, we are even saturating our third, or our fourth. We're extremely fast to saturation this game. It could be faster with cleaner execution, but conceptually we're very fast. Okay, here he comes though. We're not really ready for this actually. Was not expecting any sort of attack. Go for a double Raven. And this is why, right? It shouldn't do much damage. But I like that he moved out with a medevac. Morph some Banes in case he chooses to commit. If he just clears creep, maybe we can pounce on that. It's not much. Okay, Spire's almost done. So we have options with the Spire. We can go into Muta, or we can go into Corruptors. Corruptors kind of deal with aggression by default. Like, you can just attack, move them, and they're pretty tanky. Muta have more harass potential and more cleanup potential on the chase because they're a little bit faster. So let's go Muta this time. Corruptor's definitely the easier, simpler option though. Very viable, I think, to go for Corruptors instead. Not super common at the highest levels of play, but it has seen some play before. It's not like unheard of or anything. He's done a good job of clearing creep, but our economy has been pretty beastly this entire time in spite of the Ravens. So maybe there's something we can do here. Maybe set up a multi-prong attack. Could poke in and check with the Muta. Okay, let's kill the mines with the Muta. And just pounce on the rest of this. Let's get rid of those mines, why not? It looks like we have a lot, maybe too much for him. More Banes just finished morphing here, so let's bring him over too. Oh, not ideal there. But yeah, it's looking very good for us. Can transition into ultras, continue upgrades. Not sure why he's floating that way. I guess his main is pretty susceptible to. I mean, yeah, he's just buying time, but that's as much checkmate as going into the main. Just safer for me at this point. This should be game ending. We killed 2 command centers during that too. GG.